Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 25. As you can see, guys, we have moved into November. I did go to 8 AM and yeah, it was pitch black, guys, so I've kind of just skipped the time a little bit before starting, just so we can actually be able to see what we are doing. That's not bad, actually. 24 rolls of twine. That's not, you know what, that's actually maybe... How much is that full price? Half price. Do you know what? That's probably worth buying. Just because the square bill twine has been slowly dwindling over the last few episodes. What else have we got? So that was the last thing we had in. So nope. So yeah, there is nothing there for us at the moment. Right, let's have a look. That is not worth it. That is not worth it. Yeah, we still have no seeding. I think it's the wrong time of year for seeding, but you never know with these ploughing contracts coming up. It's always worth a quick check. No, we have got no big fertilizing contracts today, so let's just wipe these contracts and restart, just because you never know. I really don't want to be cultivating again today. But right now, that looks like it's going to be the only job. We're not doing that. We can't do that. We can't do that. We could do them, but they're just a bit of a... To be fair, actually, all three of them are very close together. 3... Well, we've got 4... Yeah, it's about 10 grand. I really don't want to be cultivating. I can't do bale wrapping. We don't have a bale. Oh, this is turning into a nightmare. We've literally got no decent jobs to do. They're all poor jobs. But we have a baling job. We'll do that. Square bale. We'll do the square baling job. It's not the job, again, I wanted to do. But, yeah, I didn't want to be cultivating after yesterday. That's for sure. I know where the square baler is. I was more looking for the weight. That's what we're looking for. There we go. Yeah, this is not, I can tell you now, this is not the job I wanted. Once again, it's not the job I wanted. This is a couple of episodes in a row now where the jobs are just not, they're just not showing for what we've got. I tell you what we do want to do as well. We do just want to have a little look at the animals, because you never know, we might have something to sell today. I kind of hope we do, to be honest. So let's get that check out of the way. No, they're going to be no, it's going to be next month. Right, so our animals are going to be 10 months. Ah, that's bad. Oh, we have a pallet of goat's milk to sell as well, guys. So we will get on with the goat milk selling as well. Yeah, next month is going to be the month for the cows. I know we've been saying that for, but fine, guys. It takes 10 months for baby cows to be sellable. That's actually not a bad age, to be honest. It's not a bad age. Right, let's go this way, let's go here, and oh, we are working we've done quite a bit of work in this field over the past, and a lot of fertilising jobs. You have to forgive me for being a bit snivelly again today, guys. The weather has changed once again. It has all of a sudden become very cold. We had a very wet day yesterday. Today is a dry day, but its temperature has seemed to have plummeted, and it has set me off with the sniffles again. Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna start in the court. I think that will do me nicely, actually, if we start there. Yes, in the last episode, guys, oh my god, that manual gears was, oh my god, it was just a life changer. We managed to do the cultivating in a lot easier ease. I did yesterday as well go looking for the automatically change the gears from automatic to manual. You used to be able to keybind it on F22. It used to be a mod. that doesn't exist that I have found up to now. If it did, yeah, I would have loved it. Oh my god, look how big this field is. Now I know the field's a big field. I meant more like a case of look how many rows there is. We've done a good chunk of this field already, and on this first headland, and we're at 2%. That is terrible. Let's get a rough idea on the bale percentage. So, gotta keep an eye on this for a second. Right, 3.5%. So where are we going to be on the next bale? Let's see how many bales it takes to do. How many percentage it takes to do a bale. Yeah, that square bale wrap, by the way, guys, it wasn't really needed. But I think at 53% off in the price, I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, we could use 3 of the rolls already out of the 24. Yeah, it is what it is. At 53% off, I'm not going to argue. That's 2.5%. No, it's 1.5%. Wow. Please be. Wow, it's about 1.75% to a bale. Wow, that's bad. That's like terribly bad. Wow. That is going to be a lot of bales for this. So, yeah, wow. It's terrible. Maybe about 60 to 70 bales. Wow. Wow. That's going to be a lot of bales. Anyway, we're at 7% already. I just want to try and get a headland done. It's just what we do. So I could jump straight into time lapses, but I do like to just do that little bit in natural time, because I know some people are like, whoa, too many time lapses in one episode, and it's like, well, it depends how big the job is. That is that's a lot of bales for a small percentage. On the good side though, we are doing square bales once again. Yeah, I think at the moment we've been doing quite a lot of the same few jobs, but the problem we've got with Farming Simulator is we're always going to be doing these kind of jobs. This is the job we've got the equipment for. I was hoping there was going to be a sewing contract come up in today's episode. There wasn't. There's not really much I can do about that one. That does just kind of suck a little bit, but we have the equipment for it. What we need now is a relatively cheap, small harvester coming up in the shop. That's what we're needing now. We're needing a harvester so that we can well, we can start producing some kind of like wheat or barley. To be honest, we're making hay. We could plant oat and get horses and sell the horses. Right, that is officially one headland done at 13%. Might be 14 by the time we finish, but at the moment it's 13%. Yeah, 13%. That's not great. I'm going to just point that out now. That's not great. 13% for one headland. But yeah, what we're going to do then, guys, is I think we'll get straight into a little bit of a time lapse right now, and we'll see what we can get done in the next couple of minutes. go, guys. We are halfway through the field. Not bad progress in theory. Not bad progress at all. Not bad for one time lapse, especially on a field this size. But yeah, halfway through this field. So this should basically, in another time lapse, complete this field. Should then give us enough time to run up to the animal dealer dairy with the goat's milk. So we should be able to get everything we need done today in this episode, which is good. We're not gonna, I don't feel like we're gonna be overly stressed, and I don't want to say no, stressed, maybe the wrong word, but overly worked. Normally we end up taking a job that we end up having to super time lapse in, and just end up in an overworked episode. But yeah, I think this is an overall job, and then tidy ups and stuff like that and things around the yard. I do need to get more farm buildings, guys. I know it's still a thing. I'm kind of holding out for a harvester. Literally, that's what I'm waiting for. Our fields are not overly big, but I am just holding out for a harvester. And that's kind of what I'm waiting for really at the moment. Just because I want to pick up a harvester and then be able to get a decent crop in the ground, like a wheat, a barley, so we can get chickens. Or like I say, we could get oats, and with the hay we've got and the oats we could produce, could give us for the horses. So yeah, they're the overall ideas. But obviously, by the time we've done this contract, you know, we might have enough money nearly for like another grass field possibility. Yeah, I'm a little bit torn on really what and how and why, because I don't know what to get, because like I could get a field, but then we could miss something good in the shop. We know we can't find on second-hand items, which really does suck. I still need to look into that as an option, but like I say, when I'm not doing videos at the moment, I am very busy. IRL in stuff in the house. I'm trying to get as much of the house done as quickly as I can at the moment, because I want to get doing some live streams. And now winter's coming, the computer's kind of free heat when it's turned on in my office. So I kind of want to do something like that, and doing a little bit of a live stream and stuff, but obviously I can't do that when I've got loads of things to do. Like today I am today for me anyway, I know you get this like the morning after, but today for me I'm boxing in my my window, my Velux window, because just to save on cost, I didn't have the roofers do it on the inside. They were like, oh, it was going to be like another 700 quid to come in and plaster it up and board it all out and stuff, because obviously labour's quite intensive. And I was like, well, I'll just board it out myself. It's not that hard. I've done that kind of stuff before, and there's no point in plastering a little bit of a ceiling when I'm going to be plastering the whole of the landing in spring. So I'm quite happy just going to board it up for now and kind of leave it there and go from there really. That'll save me like quite a bit of, you know, free labour. That's how I'm looking at it. I already have the stuff to do it, so just like yesterday, at the end of yesterday's video, heating came on yesterday. I had my thermal imaging gun, and I was chasing pipes under the floorboard, and I wouldn't mind, guys, but you know we were talking about like changing pipes from 15 to 22 mil. I found where the pipes got, and they couldn't be in the worst spot. Like, I knew they went into the bathroom, and oh my god, they just are an absolute nightmare where they are. I've got to rip the complete bathroom apart. Literally, I mean, like, they don't just run in a straight line. They, like, zigzag through the bathroom floor. No wonder why the heating is not efficient in this house. It does get nice and warm when it's warm. Don't get me wrong. It's just, it just takes forever to get there, because obviously running... How many radiators have I got upstairs? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 radiators off a 15mm pipe. Literally, you should run no more than 3. So yeah, like I say, I've got a lot coming up. I've got a lot going on. I am hoping to try and save the heating though for at least spring. I'd rather be doing like the heating work in like March time, where you don't actually need the heating. You know, because obviously it's my luck to turn the heating off, drain the system down, and then snow would come or ice, you know, and it would all be just terrible weather. The kids would moan the cold. It's just not worth it. But yeah, they literally zigzag underneath the bathroom floor, so they start in one corner and then like the complete opposite diagonal. It was just like, why? So I'm gonna have to like redesign the way the heating pipes work basically in this house, because I need them just to be straight. They can be straight. That's the worst thing. I don't understand why they're not. It's just, oh my god, yeah, just absolutely terrible. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing, and I've got a lot more of it to go. And oh yeah, just it's never fun buying a house that needs a little bit of work. But you know, we've been in a year, we've got a lot done, so that's all we can do. All we can do is just one day at a time, one job at a time, and try and hope that you know, we eventually get it done. It don't help, you know, we put a new roof or a new boiler, 2 very expensive upgrades in the house. Right, what we're going to do then, guys, is because I'm just waffling on, I'm going to just get this back into another little bit of a time lapse, and I think we'll come back when we've nearly done, just because I want to get this job done as quickly now as I can. Guys, down to the final few percent, and yeah, I'm glad we were in a time lapse. Them last few rows where the field got very steep have just been an absolute nightmare, and I mean a nightmare. But yeah, we are down to our final 5%, so it's not going to take us long to get this field finished now, and yeah, that'll be another good amount of money in the bank, which is the main thing. We do love money on this series. Our Zeta now, though, guys, has done 10.1 hours. Not bad. Not bad. Now, that's not even remotely close to our little baby John Deere, which we don't seem to use anymore. But, you know, we don't really need to. But I'm thinking maybe the little baby John Deere will be perfect for doing round baling contracts. I'm sure that is nowhere near the power requirement. It'll be worth a check actually, just so we can start using the John Deere again. Like I say, we had the John Deere for the front loader, but we don't even use that anymore because we have a telehandler, and the telehandler has more power, and it's just turns a lot nicer. Yeah, the John Deere is kind of pointless at the moment, but you know, our rule from the beginning was we cannot sell a single thing we started with, which is basically all the wood equipment. Alright, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go, lovely jubbly. And this is the final percentage. So there we go, 98%. One final strip to do. We should get a decent size leftover bale off this. Although I don't think it's going to be as much as we started with. There we go, the contract is finished. We will just tidy the rest of this up. Just because, well, it's going to cost us a bale anyway. There we go, there's the bale it cost us. Now, it sounds daft, guys, because I could just get away with just dropping this final bale, but for £23,500. Wow, that is good. We have a sewing contract now. Of course we have a sewing contract. It's very small, but of course we now have a sewing contract because I don't really have enough. Well, I do technically have enough time to do it, but I want to get the goat's milk. So, but where's that been all day? Why can't that appear first thing on a morning? Right, where are we? Oh, there's the gate over there to the left, so we will go to that now. Yeah, we've got to get rid of the goat's milk. We also have one full bale left. We could technically sell that bale and make a little bit of money, but to be honest, I'm just going to keep hold of it for now. And actually, to be honest, we could do with getting it out of the machine. We don't have a use for it, that's the problem. I don't think it's really going to be worth anything. And again, saying that, it might be worth something. Straw, a few thousand leaves, might be worth a few £100. Right, we are looking for the telehandler. Ah, the telehandler is by the cows. I always forget where I leave stuff. I really do. I'm terrible for that. Get that into there. Lovely. Yeah, we did have some. I don't want to say power issues. But the hill on that last contract got very steep all of a sudden. Why did that use both? Wow, that used both. No way did that use both. That's terrible. That used 16,000 litres of grass or hay. Wow. It's not like we had any babies been born to increase feed consumption. That's very strange. But there is our animal trailer just to the left there. We will be using that very, very soon when it comes to selling the animals. Don't really want to be doing any hay in winter. It's not the right time, but I'm a little bit concerned. If they're using 2 bales a month, I've got to get to March. That's 10 bales. Do I have 10 bales left to get to March? Now, I know there's always some in storage, but I'm a bit concerned we don't have enough bales to last the winter. Go this way. Lovely. Right, I don't even know which one is the full one. Right, so it is the first one. I thought I'd just double check just in case I took the wrong one last time. Like I say, I do have a memory like an absolute goldfish for remembering, so... Could take the other one with me. There's only 100 litres in it. Don't really see the point for 100 litres. Put the beacon on. We have got a load on the front, and there we go. Off to make a little bit more money. I reckon we might get about £2,500 for this, which it's not really a lot. But considering we don't really have to do anything to look after the goats, I'm more than happy with it. Give them a bit of water once a year, twice a year at the most. Yeah, you can't moan at the income they're bringing. The milk production though, the goat milk, will massively increase soon though. Just because we have more goats coming. It's nice not to do sheep actually. I do sheep in like nearly every episode or every series, just because again sheep are easy. You don't have to feed them, you just give them water and you get a lot of wool. But I think personally this time it's just nice to do the goat's milk. That over there and into there. We'll be coming up here in the next episode because this is where we will be selling our cow. Kind of want to get a butcher's mod in, but again I don't have time to be working on it. There you go, £2,660, and we had an environmental score of £259, which is very good indeed. Now we do need to just have a little look in the shop again, just because one, it's about to turn 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the game, which means there might be something new. Also, I do believe something new came up while we were doing the baling contract, so it's a nice way to end by just seeing what's in the shop, seeing if there's anything usable in the shop. We now have £83,119 in the bank. That's a good amount of money to have, and I'm very happy that we have that money. But there's no point looking now, we might as well work our way back. I do need to go with the telehandler though to the shop. The telehandler can bring back the cedar on the back, and it can bring back the there's something else, but whatever that is expensive at £243,000. Wow. Yeah, honestly, I wish there was a finance mod where we could finance the second-hand parts. I really do. That would be brilliant. Either that, or there is another way we could do it, guys. Now, I weren't really trying to use like the default loaning system because I don't really like it. But what if we were to say start buying second-hand stuff with that, and we pay like £5,000 an episode? If we don't make £5,000, well, that's, you know, tough luck, you know. We have to make at least £5,000, for example, to pay it on top of like our current debts. At least it would be a way of buying second-hand equipment. We could just go get some money, you know, to the nearest £5,000, and then we could just pay it off. Different ways to think about it, but I do wish there was a finance mod for second-hand equipment. Now, I don't know if there's another financing mod out there that does let you finance the second-hand equipment, but as we found out with the Zeta, it's not the one I currently use. We need approximately... No, what are we in? We've got to get to March, but that's not including the March. So we need to get 2 for November, 2 for December, 2 for January, 2 for February, 2 for March. So we need 2, 4, 6, we need 8, 10. So May is the time we cut grass again. So that means we need about 14 bales. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and a bit. That is not enough hay bales. That is not good. Right, let's have a little look in the shop. What came up? Oh, some oats. None of that is of any use to us. That's a shame. But yeah, none of that is of any use to us. That is an absolute shame. But no, this is where I'm going to leave the episode then, guys. There's nothing for us in here to do. There's no items for us to buy. Hopefully, maybe in the next episode, well, we will be making some money from cows. That much we're guaranteed. Reproduction 90%. So we will be selling, well, we will be selling 12 cows. So that is actually a relatively good amount of money to be selling. Then we just need to look, maybe, maybe field 92,000, 116. Could maybe go for that and plough it up, but that's a lot of work to plough this field up. Especially when we don't have a plough as well. So they're the options for the next episode, but we'll kind of see what there is job wise as well, with it being December, because I'm hoping there's going to be some fertilizing contracts coming up. That's what I've been waiting for. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.